do the big one. I'm just talking to my team. I look like shit, but let's do the big one. Marianne Williamson ran for president. Some of you made fun of her for a light worker. You made fun of her, right? Well, you know, there are articles. What is one thing that Marianne Williamson believes in? Marianne Williamson, well, you know what? She's special. Her poem was read by Nelson Mandela. I'm going to read it for you guys. Marianne Williamson wants up to $500 billion for reparations plan. She's a light worker. She ran for president, and some of you made fun of her for crystals? Oh, she plays with crystals. So do I. But she, Marianne Williamson, has asked for reparations for African Americans because of slavery. I will put a link in the article. Yeah, you teased her. A return to love. Course in Miracles. Some Christians have talked about that. I do have a copy of the book, Marianne Williamson, by the way, ma'am. I do have it. I have so many books. I'm so busy trying to do things that I can barely get it. But here it is, CNN Politics. She is somebody, she is white, but that's okay. Her poem was read by Nelson Mandela when he was alive. Remember, he was put in a cell and he got out? There's all the Mandela effect too, but Marianne, this is in CNN Politics. This is an article updated, 12/19, August 7, 2019. But she's been doing this for a while. Marianne Williamson wants up to $500 billion for reparations for slavery. Yes, Democratic presidential candidate Marianne Williamson, maybe she'll become president on this side of the wall, on Wednesday rolled out her signature reparations plan, which calls for a commission of African-American leaders who would decide how to disperse up to $500 billion in payments to descendants of American slaves for economic and educational renewal. But a lot of you fight that. Slavery, descendants, gangs, and there's Shiva. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and some of you tease Marianne Williamson. She's a light worker. So am I, Marianne. Let's go ahead. Yes, her quote, I will read her poem because I definitely, it's a big one. I want Reparations Council made up of 30 to 50 people who themselves are descendants of American slaves. They come from culture, they come from academia, they come from politics. They are people who have a background of deep understanding and research on this topic. Williamson told CNN John Berman on New Day, I propose $500 billion to be dispersed over a period of 20 years. It would be the Reparations Council that decides how is the money dispersed within the context of the stipulation on the part of the U.S. government that the money is to be used for economic and educational renewal. She has been a proponent of this, a supporter of this for a long time. A Return to Love. She wrote a book, and she is also a proponent of A Course in Miracles. Is that Shiva? Yes, the Dancing Shiva, yes. Marianne Williamson, and she went up there to try to run for president, and some of you made fun of her for being crystals. Let's go ahead and read that poem, Nelson Mandela, because I have read it to myself many times in my life. Let's get it, because you know what the reparations that all the African Americans they're going to get off the wall. Oh, they're going to live off the wall. That's the big one. Everyone. From what I understand, I've known about this. Well, I have a dream. Well, this is what, they're none of them are going to be stuck in a wall. That's one thing. And my children are African American. Just give me a moment. I know. And if people were cool, let's see. But Marianne Williamson now. So people have thought Nelson Mandela, but it was Marianne Williamson who wrote the poem. Almost out of power. That's okay. I will charge it. Marianne Williamson. Let's read it. It was read by Nelson Mandela. Yes, it was. Give me a moment. It's a very powerful. Oh, yes. I know Michael read it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be? Brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous. Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, like me. It's in everyone. Notice I have a shine sparkle on my shirt. Well, Michael said put it on. It's not perfect. You know, my hair is shitty, but I sparkle and shine. We were all meant to shine as children do. Yeah, I had to get to my inner child. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I want you to all shine. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And that's what God wants to do. That's the message. That's what I've been unboxing for since I was, I don't know, 6 years old. I did also take a fall on a playground. That was read by Nelson Mandela, who became president, you know, and there was apartheid and all that fucking shit, and I remember it too. I was born in 69. I remember a lot. That is Marianne Williamson. She wants reparations for African Americans, and oh, but she didn't make a president, and you made fun of her, and she's fucking amazing. The reparations, I kind of knew all African Americans will be on the, you know, the good side of the wall, I guess you could say. So, you know, and somewhere over here, you know, Marianne, well, maybe she will become president. I don't know. But, you know, they're going to be fine. Oh, really? Thank God my children are black. Thank God I'm, you know, of course, you know, and Nana fine, and everybody fine. Everybody's going to be fine. And Marianne Williamson, maybe she'll be the president. Maybe you should listen to her. And I'm going to put the quote in the thing. You know, she's a light worker. She's a good person. And, you know, Return to Love. That is the name of her book. And little Michael liked her a lot. She is white, but she has a kind heart. That is a good woman. Marianne Williamson, you better listen to her. Maybe at A Course in Miracles, some people have judged. Oh, is that channeled by Jesus? Some of you got to learn to see the light in people. And I'm just going to say Marianne and Nelson, they're both saying the same thing. Isn't that funny? Black and white. Saying the same thing. He did get, you know, because she's speaking from a Jesus, it looks like. Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? Marianne Williamson, she wanted reparations for African Americans. She didn't vote for her. People want Trump. Now Biden, you know, he's doing his best. He's Irish. My dad's like, get the reporter, Biden. But maybe you might want to think about reparations for African Americans. But they're going to be on the good side of the wall. Every single one. Oh, is that right? Well, it's Michael Jackson's world, and we're just squirrels. That's right. You know, whatever it is, it don't matter. I'm heavily in debt, you know, because Michael Jackson is like, buy it. You know, and I'll be like, Michael, you know, I know, what, you know, I got all this, you know, Egypt, he's taking me all over the place for months. And he'll be like, you know, don't stop till you get enough. I'm broke, Michael. But my soul is saving. My children are fine because they're black. Isn't that cool? And Nana, of course, is probably going, yeah. She fine. She got those glasses on. She saw it coming. She's smarter than me. She's been helping me teach Tiana respect for mothers, indirect methods. I know, Nana. We're doing our best. And what we will do, you know, she unfortunately lost her son. And I know, I know Nana forgives. I know there was you know, he had a white girlfriend who was kind of young, and I know she does, because she, you know, her son, you know, I know Nana. If you ever see this, I know Nana. She was young, okay? We got forgive. And Tonze loves his mama, and to the point he's here to protect her, but his spirit is strong. Because you know what? He always shows up to the door. When I need him, he's here too with Dad. Of course he did, you know. Especially when he saw the Shanquella stuff, whether real, I hope it was fake, but I don't know. It doesn't feel fake. But he showed up once again to the door to go, well, I got a little Tiana and I got a Tonze and I'm done. And I'm like, yeah, I know. We're going to fight the power. I get to be Wonder Woman, and he gets to be Shaft. Oh yeah. Oh, you can be Shaft, you know, because you've always been a player. And my dad, well, he really did serve in 2 wars. And that's not playing. He's yeah, you know, because you know, he serves his country even in spirit, fight the power. He knows he's not stupid. I never heard my dad say one racist thing in his life or anything about anybody who was gay or anything. Or my mother, even when she married, she did not reflect back. You know, and even I had to forgive that which was racist. Forgiven, even if you know. We got to liberate them all, you know, in myself, forgive. Okay, so I even forgive America, even for the central, you know, I got to even forgive Trump, you know, and hope he finds what he needs. But I do know, no matter what, America, you know, and there is also Native American, I talk about that too, that's a huge one. The protectors of the earth, terrible, because my dad is buried in Arizona. You know, my TV went dark. I know. The red hand is very painful. I drew it when I was over there. Of course, I have drawings of that too. Why don't I look? There's too many. But spirit, okay, you know, trust me, Michael Jackson is all over that as well. Of course, his heart, he you know, how do you see? I know. He's shown me a lot through his eyes. I know. Yeah, I'm off the wall. Woo, we got to do something for Native Americans and stuff as well. I don't know what spirit is doing it, but it would, you know, but so no matter what, you wouldn't, well, yeah, all African Americans are going to be fine off the wall. And Native Americans and things are going to go right. And that's just the way it is. So in some other, you know, thing, that's just the way it is. And I just, you know, I know where my keys are, and I know where my children are, and my son is not in a cell, and he is alive. And I'm just down on my knees. Thank you. Thank you. And as far as school shootings, we got to figure out something better, because one is enough. And that's even my dad. One is enough. Come on, America, you fucking dumbasses. Oh, that's, his spirit. There should be, you know, the cops standing outside. One is enough. We know that was real. One is enough. We got to have something. And my dad served with guns, and he's saying one is enough. And even my brother-in-law, pulled a gun on me one night when I went out. So one is enough. Thank God I'm okay. No more. Almost enough. But anyway, yeah. So there, you know, Marianne Williamson. Yeah, she ran for president, and maybe she'll make it this time. Maybe you should listen to her, because she's, you know, her poem was read by Nelson Mandela. He saw something. Oh, that's Jesus speaking. That is some. I've read it to myself many times, as well as Saint Francis of Assisi, and many things. So I'm just a voice over here trying to wake you guys up. You know how you know we're shifting. I know, a lot of lessons, guys. A lot of unboxing. And like I said, I'm sure I'm not the... I can't be the only, you know, 144K, you know, somewhere everybody's watching channel going, here we go. Here we go. I know we are supposed to purify and be protected. Obviously, I'm no virgin. You know, I haven't even done the 23andMe yet. I got it. It's sitting here. You know I got Irish roots. Maybe I got a little something else. I don't know. I just am not stupid when it comes to color. I never was. My dad maybe taught me better, or maybe even indirectly. My parents, you know, they have problems, but that's one thing. They never, at least my mother and father, my physical mother and father, never talked bad about any race, never talked bad about homosexuality, never, nothing. And Michael knows that, you know, that he knows, we've been working on some healing. He's a real spirit. I wish you could know his spirit. When he comes in and plays, he hides keys, but there they are. It's fine, Michael. And he likes my kids, and I'm very thankful. And so does their father. It's hard lessons. But the Central Park Five, you know, it's all. But Marianne Williamson wanted reparations. The African Americans get reparations. They, yeah, see, that's the big reveal. I kind of knew that. I was like, Michael, woo, yeah. They get to be on. They get to be off the wall. What does that mean? You're not going to be a brick in the wall. But will Marianne Williamson be president on this side of the wall? Lady, I'm going to vote for you if you run. Have a good one. Maybe you better crystals, selenites, and it's okay to look at tarot cards. You know, just be careful. You know, if you're going to read, you know, and I'll try to get you some more collective reads, folks. I've been unboxing myself for a while to teach a very valuable lesson. Okay, and I had to learn lessons too, being cautious. So that's why I'm just gonna, you know, Michael knows I try because of my family, because of some things that are painfully real. Okay, you know, obviously flesh and blood. You know, I want to be real, you know, and I know my children are real and everything else. And my son, and he kind of have a little, you know, people are pretty. He liked the kids. That's the point. And he likes to hear my son rap. I told him, you need to rap. And he's like, I want to invent something. That's all I'm going to say. He's like, I like Shark Tank. My son likes to watch Shark Tank. He has ideas. And then Michael's like, yeah, maybe I don't want him to rap. Maybe I want him to invent something really amazing. So, you know, Michael Jackson is very creative. And I think his name might be well known one day. You know, very different. Nana, and I said, you know, he said, yeah, I'm going to name him Tonze. All right. You have a good night, guys. And like I said, you better read some Martin Luther King and maybe go listen to the I Have a Dream speech because it's going down or coming up.